This is Nick Fowler. Alright, so let me tell you a little bit about Nick. He has been in business for 15 years, right? Previous types of jobs was sales, advertising, and account management. With whom?
Enterprise, Cars.com, Edmunds, Pure Cars, Gig Pro, Bridgehead IT, and Max Connect.
Okay, awesome. He is married, ladies. Alright? Okay, men too. His spouse is Jessica, and he has a child, one child, right? Oh, yeah, great. I got him 3 years old. Okay, 3 kids, and he has 2 dogs.
Yep.
Hobbies are?
Golf, fishing, the outdoors, snowboarding, you name it.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so you burning desires to enjoy life to its fullest by maximizing time, freedom to do things I love outside of work. And you have to tell us something nobody knows about you.
I eat the same thing every day for breakfast. I eat a Cliff Bar and banana every day.
Awesome. Okay, what is the key to your success?
Follow up and follow through.
Awesome. All right, Nick Fowler, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Like Jan said, I've been in sales for about 15 years. I actually started my career with Enterprise Rent-A-Car, and that's where Houston and I met. So I've had the pleasure of knowing Houston for that long. But I will say this, having worked in advertising for the last 10 plus years, I've presented to everything from C-level executives to internet BDC managers at car dealerships, and presenting to a group of my networking peers and people who more than likely know very little about digital advertising is probably more intimidating than any of those things. Because there's a lot to cover, there's a lot to it. And I have a very short window today. I see Shirley's got me on the timer already. I hope that she can add some time to it. But my goal today is to leave at least 2 to 3 minutes at the end for questions, because I know you all want questions. So let's get started. So this is my wife. This is my lovely wife, Dr. Fowler. That's the only way that we were going to get a doctor in the Fowler family was by someone that married in. These are my 2 kids, Sawyer 9 and Grayson who's 5. About me, I love the outdoors. I promise the snowboarding thing was not copied off of Google and pasted into the slide. That was actually me. I love to fish, I love to golf, and I love to just be outside. My experience, I guess I didn't notice the way that came through the slide. But I've been in sales for 15 years. I've been in digital advertising, primarily automotive for 10 of that. And these are the companies that I work for. I've been blessed and lucky to be able to work from home for the last 10 plus years. So let's get into Max Connect. I apologize if there's any weirdness to the slides. We use Keynote, that's the Apple presentation software, and sometimes when you transfer it over to PowerPoint or Google Slides, it looks a little funny. But we are a full-service digital agency based in Salt Lake City, Utah. We were founded in 2013, and we were ranked by Google in the top 1% of digital agencies in the world. And I'm going to pause there and make a point, because that ranking is not based on the amount of money that we manage. That's based on performance. So what that means is Google says you guys perform in the top 1% of all agencies in the world in terms of how you're ranking and how you're doing for your clients. We have an audience-led approach, so we're not a channel-led agency. I've heard from members in this chapter, they come up to me and say, hey, I got a call from so-and-so, they can help me be #1 on Google, or get my Facebook likes and follows. Really, that's not the way to go about advertising. The way to go about advertising is following the audience. So you want to be in front of the right people at the right time on the right channel. These are kind of some of our accolades. We were 2022 and 2023 one of the fastest growing agencies in the United States as rated by AdWeek. And this is just a little bit of quote from AdWeek. This year's fastest growing agencies are in a unique position to use to rapidly scaling businesses out of economic turbulence with their staffs intact and ready to pick off business from agencies that are struggling to get by. And we see a lot of that. We see a lot of single point mom and pop agencies, and they have all the good intentions in the world, but when you don't have the strength of the people running the campaigns, it's really hard to stay afloat. This is a quote from one of our largest clients, Ben Keating. He owns Keating Auto Group. They've got about 30 stores across Texas and the Southeast. They are the 16th largest dealer group in the country, I believe, and they've been with us for about 6 years. I won't read the quote, you guys can read. They're really, really high praise. Read it? Okay. These guys are the real deal. The money we are investing with Max Connect is one of the most productive spends we are making. This is an example of our clients and partners. I get a lot of questions about what's a good referral for you. I understand that these are enterprise level accounts like D.R. Horton, Lids, Carl and Auto Group, Splenda. You know, these are huge, huge accounts. So this is a bit of a drag board, but I'd love to have a couple of these a year. We've got one of them now here in San Antonio. The San Antonio Zoo is my largest client in my book of business. We run all of their digital media for them. Dude, nice. Yeah. So this is our expertise, and as much as I'd like to read off everything on here, surely I won't, because I don't want to bore you to death. What I really want to give you guys today, just as a way to think about advertising, is there's two ways to get in front of people, right? The customer journey today is incredibly complex. If you think about just buying a microwave or a mattress or a vacuum cleaner, you probably go to 5 or 6 different websites, you read reviews. It's very complicated. And as a business owner or a marketer, there's 2 different ways to get in front of them. One of them is paid media, right? So can somebody give me an example of paid digital media?
Google Ads.
Yep.
Facebook Insight.
Yep. Perfect. The other way is organic media. Somebody give me an example of organic media?
When something goes viral, they just see it trending and they click on it. It was
Yep. So, what's that?
Google Places.
Google what?
Places.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so if I Google my business, the way people find businesses, that's the #1 source of most businesses' traffic. So we manage both of those things. We manage companies' paid media placements and their organic presence. The way the organic presence is a lot different. The way the organic presence is managed is a lot different than the way paid media is managed. So you're paying to have ranking, you're paying to show up in front of that shopper. Organic is you're building your website and you're following in a way that people find you naturally, right? Both of them cost money. Both of them take a lot of work and effort to build up, but we are built to handle that. And everything is done in-house. A lot of agencies outsource the hard work. So you pay them, and they're kind of like the general contractor, and then they outsource that work. We own all of the labor in-house. We're very bottom heavy as an organization. A lot of agencies, and I've worked for several of them, they're top based. They have a ton of salespeople, and they have a small support staff. We're just the opposite. I'm one of, I think, 4 outside salespeople in the entire country. We've got 60 plus support staff. I call them propeller heads behind a computer in Salt Lake City, Utah. This is the biggest thing that I want you to take away today, is that we use real-time customer behavior data to optimize your spend. So, taking that a level further, who remembers when Zuckerberg went in front of Congress and Facebook was in a lot of hot water? You guys remember
Why
that?
do they have a bunch of C-SPAN in here?
So, what happened is when you have a relationship with Facebook, your relationship is based on the fact that you're going to be part of social media, right? And you are giving Facebook your name, your phone number, your email address, what are things that are called PII, personally identifiable information. What happened is Facebook was using that information to let advertisers target people based on that. So that created a cascade effect, and the advertising was locked down, targeting in terms of who you can target, where you can target, and it became very broad. And what we do as an agency that sets us apart is we are actually buying third-party data. So when you sign up for your Capital One venture card, or you buy a home, or you buy a car, you're probably initially checking off boxes for your data to be sold. And we're buying that. And what we do with that data is we layer that into all of our audience targeting. So, for example, one of our customers is Sitka. They sell outdoor gear. They sell hunting gear. They sell kind of everything for the outdoors. we don't want to show that to someone who's looking for makeup or skincare. We want to show that to the outdoorsman, right? So we're buying that data and making sure that that's the audience that we're targeting. Again, our approach is audience-led. It's based on real-time research, data, not feelings or hunches. It's all data-driven. We want to be relevant and challenge the norm. A big thing here that I'll talk about is we focus on the full funnel. I talked earlier about how the customer journey is nuanced, and you go through a lot of different shopping journeys. You go on Amazon, you go on Google, you go on Facebook. So it's really important that your ad spend is following that customer all the way through. Historically, the big companies, they used to just advertise on TV and radio, because that's all there was. That was before tablets, phones, etc. But now the customer journey is nuanced, so we are really good about targeting customers all the way through their shopping journey. This is a fun slide. I won't spend a lot of time on it, but really the takeaway here is the customer journey is complex, and it's important to layer in real-time data and have a hyper-targeted audience to make sure that you're getting a quality return on your ad spend. I don't have enough time to talk through all of the channels that we manage, and I've got 30 seconds left, so I'm going to stop and just pause for questions because I think there's a lot to be gained from that. Yeah.
What's the best way that we can get you in contact with people that one of the things is I'm interested to see, you use customers too, right? That's one of your clients. Well, like with a client like with Visit SA or City of that level, is that something that would already know your work? Like how can we help recruit?
Potentially. If you know a marketing director or someone who is close to the marketing director, those are the folks that I want to talk to. A lot of times, you might not know the marketing person, but you might know the person who handles events. And the marketing director is directly responsible for feeding these channels that help those events get high attendance. Yeah.
You had previously mentioned, I think last week, you were looking for retail clients, and I know you have the vast majority. Is there a specific client that you would, or that you enjoy working with the most, or you think you can provide the best service of them?
We do a lot of e-commerce. So you think about items that can be bought online, and the total transaction can be transacted online. We do a lot of work with e-commerce clients.
So some of those customers that have been acquired through Mexican customers that they will do off and some of the on that. So are those like local or is that from the global company itself? How much of that is the local?
So a lot of that starts at the local level. So like with DR Horton, we went to a community manager, someone who was trying to sell all the new DR Horton community. And they said, yeah, we have the autonomy to spend our advertising funds independently. And they spend, and DR Horton corporate said, you guys are awesome. Why don't we spread the word? And you guys are now an approved vendor. So now I can walk into any DR Horton community and say, hey, you need help with advertising the album? So that's how that works. John, you guys can go first and skip you.
I was going to say, can I schedule a one for you to ask all these questions?
Yeah.
Lorraine had one more last question, and we got
Okay.
So just real quick, do you also provide content?
Yes.
You do create local content?
Yep. Yep. We've got a whole SEO team in-house that does content creation. We have a graphic design team in-house that does content creation as well. So we can do everything from cradle to grave. So obviously the business owner is going to have input because the messaging to be consistent with what your goals are. But yeah, to answer your questions.